From LALATE News headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings LALATE.
It's a big morning of Mornings LA with incredible great news about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021. In this recording, we'll go over that monthly stimulus check and why the Democrats are likely to give you more months of checks. Then we cut to the recon. Done deal, signed, sealed. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to you and the American people from this president. It's the biggest payout we've ever seen in the history of this channel. But why are Purple Hawks ready to pounce under this big money? And why are donut gals and donut guys going to be left with potentially just a donut? I'll have all the details in this Fourth Stimulus Recon. Then in the final 15 minutes of this video, we'll go over what's happening next in the next few days. Recon Substantive is going to the finish line. I'll have all the details and more. And then I go over one Purple Hawk story, as 3 Purple Hawks this week got over $40,000 and 1 got $80,000 to go in the weekend. It's a big day, it's a big mornings. The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering. I'm here, you're here, and 1 Purple Hawk now has $80,000. This is Mornings LALATE. Good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful day. I'm glad you're here. And we're live in Santa Monica, California. The weather is beautiful. The surf is up. And I'm excited for you to join me on a beautiful new morning. In this recording, we'll go over that monthly stimulus check and why the Democrats are likely to give you more months of checks. Then we got to the recon. Done deal, signed, sealed. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to you and the Fourth Stimulus Recon. The biggest payout of the history of this channel. But we'll learn what application-based stimulus means and why Purple Hawks are going to kill it and Donetas not so much. And then we meet one viewer who got over $80,000 for this channel. It's all deliciousness, and the excitement starts right now. And this is Mornings LALATE. How are you? Welcome to LALATE. Live in the morning, taped in the afternoons. Coming up next is Mornings Crypto at 9:45, and then noontime at 11 a.m. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Let's cut to the details starting right now. House versus Senate, Senate versus House. More Democrats are talking out about that monthly stimulus check. Let's go over what they're asking for and who's saying what. American House Ways and Means Subcommittee of the House writing the president just days ago saying there needs to be a fourth stimulus check monthly, but they don't say the amount. We have the American petition. Nearly 4 million Americans have signed a petition demanding a monthly stimulus check of $2,000. We have over on the House side, AOC and Omar writing the president days ago saying he needs to do a monthly stimulus check in the Fourth Stimulus Recon, $2,000 a month. We have the Senators Wyden, Warren, and Sanders writing the president days ago saying there needs to be a monthly stimulus check, but they don't say the amount. And certainly the one item that's captivated a country has been this, the House bill, pandemic plus 1 year monthly stimulus check. That means that you'll get at least 12 checks, which would be at least $13,000. I think you have an opinion. Vote House or Senate right now. House or Senate, tell me where you're tuning in from and how the weather is on this beautiful morning of LALATE. Who gets this fourth stimulus check? You do. Single individuals, 75,000 less. Democrats represent, you get a fourth stimulus check. Married couple, 150,000 less. Democrats represent, you get a fourth stimulus check. Double it. Family of 4, Democrats represent, you get a fourth stimulus check. Quadruple it. And if you're on benefits, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, rare above benefits, Democrats represent, you get a fourth stimulus check. It's not income, it's not taxable. And the fourth stimulus check is the same amount for everyone, including adult dependents. Finally, the fourth stimulus check is not a waivable check. So, if you see the check at the beach this weekend, do not wave at it. Just think about a Michitini. Or think about not a Michitini. And there we go. In the second half of this video, we go to the incredible details of the recon. Done deal, signed, sealed. Yes, $3.5 trillion of checks, guaranteed, confirmed, are coming to you under the Fourth Stimulus Recon. Mostly application-based. I'll explain to you what that means for you and why Purple Hawks are going to kill it. Then we turn to the final 15 minutes of the video, stay to the very end as we go over the recon substantive push, the terms and conditions, what's happening, and what's happening this weekend. A lot of breaking news. But first, get a pen and paper ready because we get some money for rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and homeowners utilities. And I introduce you to Johnny. Johnny I had detailed earlier in this week when he was at about $40,000 for money under third stimulus. Purple Hawks this week have been killing it. Purple Hawks over the last few weeks had gotten $32,000 for 3 items under third stimulus. But by the middle of the week, 3 Purple Hawks had gotten $40,000 this week, cash, under third stimulus. Money right now, not 5 weeks from now, and not 5 months from now. But some of the Purple Hawks did not stop there, and among them was Johnny. He goes into this weekend with not 3 items, but 7 items, and not $40,000, but $80,000 he got this week from watching this channel. And that is a true spirit of Purple Hawk. Johnny has now gotten $12,500 for SNAP, $10,000 for EIDL, $1,800 for taxes, $21,000 for state housing, an additional $25,000 from the local housing board, $9,000 for utilities, bringing his grand total to $79,800, and away we go. Wow. And that is not just one person. Get a pen and paper ready because today is your day to get this big money. We can get some rent, utilities, food, internet, SNAP, and more. This is a money you can get right now, not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now. Let's go to the money for rent that people are getting from this channel, and boy, the numbers are going big. The average viewer is getting about $20,000 for rent. Let's look and see what Purple Hawks are doing. Bam, whammo, oh my goodness. Elizabeth Purple Hawk getting $27,000 for rent. There's Mark at $25,000, $24,000, $22,000, and Nisi at $20,000. Cecilia got money for utilities. She got $1,200. That's a heap. But let's look at how much people are getting for utilities now. Oh my goodness, $7,000, $6,500, $5,000. And the number is going bigger and bolder. We have several viewers in just the last few days who are getting in excess of $7,000. Yes, Johnny, which I led with, got $9,000 for utilities. When we talk about SNAP, it is money for food. Can we see the number on that one? Oh my goodness. Louis getting $18,000. John $10,000 to $12,000. Nancy $5,000. And you're going to see in a second someone got $19,000 for SNAP. This number is going bigger and bolder than ever before. And then when we look at the 3 combo items, oh my goodness. Nancy getting 3 items at $32,000. Nisi 3 items at $23,000. And Mark 2 items at $32,000. Mark at 2 items. Well, let's go over why Mark got on my graphic about 3 items when he only got 2. Mark did 4 wonderful things for viewers of this channel and also for his friends and his neighbors and himself. Number 1, for 5 days on camera, I said to Mark, you got 2 items, you didn't get SNAP. SNAP is a SNAP to get it. Why didn't you get SNAP? And he got SNAP within 5 days. Incredible achievement. That's the true Purple Power spirit. Number 2, he told his neighbor about this channel and said, go get that money from this channel. He said, watch that kid, LA. Everyone's getting big sums of money. Everyone's watching this channel. The neighbor went from 0 to $20,000 of rent in less than 5 days. And Mark's neighbor is not an anomaly. Shanann this week tells me that she told her friend about this channel, and her friend is addicted now to this channel. She says, my friend LALATE is now addicted to watching you. My friend got $9,000 for rent, $5,000 for utilities, and $6,000 a year for SNAP. You rock, LALATE. Well, congratulations. Thank you so much. And her friend got $21,000 because of watching this channel. Third, Mark got 3 items now, but just saw with Johnny, he's pushing the envelope as viewers are now getting 4 items and Johnny got 7 items. Finally, the incredible great news from Mark is that he got SNAP, and he got a lot of it. How much do you think he got? He got a fortune. He got the high end, but now a lot of viewers are getting this type of numbers as well. Mark got $19,000 for SNAP, bringing his grand total to $50,500, but the ceiling is not there yet because viewers are getting over $100,000 like a rain, and Johnny $80,000, and this can be you because this is LA. We've been doing since day one. I launched this channel in April of last year to give people money. They had applied for the EIDL loan and grant and were not getting approved. They were stuck in what I called at the time Vortex, 330, 331, 48 Vortex. Remember that? Post a live chat if you do. Well, hand holding application by application, I got them approved. Getting $25 million of EIDL loans approved in the spring of last year, saving their businesses, their homes, and their employees' homes. But then 3 days later, you needed help with something else. A new thing was going live in this country no one had ever heard of because it did not exist until then. It was called PUA. And for months, I helped people get PUA applications approved for this new thing. For example, in Florida, it didn't go live for weeks. I got Eileen Bellenkamp out of Florida, $15,000 eventually when it went live there. But then, in fall 2020, second stimulus was not coming, $600 stimulus check. Much like fourth stimulus right now, we're waiting for it. So I got viewers $250,000 of rent, like Tyrone and his family for out of Boston, getting them rent from December to the spring. And now you're doing the same thing. The only difference with the Purple Hawks is you're getting bigger sums of money across the board. And you see what's happening this week is that day after day, the numbers are going higher because you're killing it. So get in pen and paper ready because I'm going to get you that big money for rent, utilities, food, internet, and Snap starting right now. I'm going to show you some introductory remarks. Number one, I'm going to show you 6 places to reach out to. Each place has different eligibility. So if one says no, don't worry, reach out to the next. They have different eligibility. They also have their own pot of money. Then every state has the same amount of money across the board based upon number of residents. Also, the eligibility criteria, listen to the keywords I say in the video, it really helps people get approved. And finally, don't insert in your notion any disqualifying factors. Just keep on applying. All right, here you go. You're going to reach out to 6 places: your city hall, your city house authority, your county hall, your county house authority, your state hall, and your state house authority. And the keywords you're going to say are rent assistance because of COVID, rent or mortgage or utility assistance because of COVID. You don't say words they don't know, like stimulus or Mitchatini. Who? Mitchatini, that drink. Oh, I don't want to know that, sir. And there you go. Congratulations, Tim and Linda, who got this wonderful pot of money. And if you got this pot of money, post in the live chat right now. And remember to say those keywords. I had a viewer 2 mornings ago who said, I called up and I asked for rent. They said, we have no free rent for people. That we only have rent assistance because of COVID. That's why you say the key words. Rent assistance because of COVID. You don't call up and ask for free money. You say, I need rent assistance because of COVID. And there you go. Let's turn to Snap. Snap is money for food. You get it from the Department of Agriculture. It pays a lot. Eligibility is easy. That's why it's called a SNAP. It's easier than a stimulus check. John got $10,000 to $12,000. Mark got $19,000. And Louis got $18,000. But the breaking news I delivered live on air 2 Mondays ago was the following. Department of Agriculture has now announced that nationwide, everyone's benefits are going up. An average of 25% lifetime automatically starting in October. Oh my goodness. So if you got Snap as well, post your success stories in the live chat right now. And yes, Mark is going from $19,000 to $25,000. Incredible, great news. The next part of the money is the refund check coming back from your state due to overpayment of unemployment benefits and a computer error. The federal government has ordered that money to you. One viewer got $3,000 for this. Another viewer got $5,000. The federal government ordered them to upgrade their computers as well. But Mr. Federal Government, I thought my computer was fine. It's Windows 10. Yes, but you're using the Windows 1910 version, the one when the keyboard was made out of wood. Oh, yeah, but before that, I was using Windows 05, the one where it's 1905, where the computer's made out of stone. Can we top that? Yes, as we go to that refund check coming back from IRS on that taxes of your 2020 unemployment benefits. Johnny, which I led with, got about $1,800, $1,900. I had a nice viewer over the weekend. She got $2,000 for it. Margaret got it. Michael got it. Louis got it. The average check is about $1,200 to about $1,400, which is what Mark got. More about that in a second, but here's a personal message from me to you. This channel was launched for me to get you money and to help you get money across the board. But posting your success stories in the live chat, you help other people. So please do. Get in that live chat and post your success stories for rent, utilities, food, or internet. Because when you do it, you help people many ways. Number one, you inspire people to pick up the phone and call. A lot of people just need that just need that motivation to pick up the phone and call. Number two, the numbers are going bigger by the moment. Look at where we've gone from Angela at $5,000. Now countless viewers are getting $9,000. The numbers are going bigger. We have people like Larry Maui, never heard of Snap till we found this channel. Now he's getting $6,000 annualized because of this channel, because of me. And then we have Art Sullivan and Nisi, wonderful, kind viewers who got 3 items. They inspired countless viewers to get 3 items as well. Well, now we have Johnny that's getting 7 items. and a lot of viewers who are getting multiple items. So get in that live chat and post your success story and inspire other people starting right now. Let's cut back to those unemployment benefits. Where are they landing? Direct deposit, otherwise in the mail. Can you track it? Yeah. Go to irs.gov and do a transcript search. So 70% of the time, it'll reveal the refund check you're getting, also the tax return you filed, and then it'll reveal stuff you wish you'd never seen. Like the ingredient list for the Mitchatini. Really? I don't want to see that. I don't put $12 ice cream and lobster sauce in anything. Can we top that? Yes. As we go to the second part of your four stimulus recon, done deal, signed, sealed, starting right now. Oh my goodness. On Tuesday, the fourth stimulus recon passed. What does this mean for you? Let's go over all the details starting right now. A $3.5 trillion recon passed on Tuesday, which means you will have a recon. It will be $3.5 trillion, and it will be checks coming to you, mostly application-based. Yes, there's a push underway to put stimulus checks in there on top of that, but the $3.5 trillion of checks for you is now guaranteed. What this channel does is I deliver you news ahead of time, before it breaks, not after the fact. And over the last 4 or 5 weeks, I had told you, the recon was going to pass because Democrats, House, Senate, and the president had met before they started the recon voting and said they agreed to do a recon and at a price tag of $3.5 trillion. So that when the vote happened on Tuesday, after many people said the vote was never going to happen, after people said the vote was going to wait until September, and I said, no, it's going to be in August, and it's going to pass in 2 minutes. It passed, and it's a done deal. More about that recon and its checks in the final 15 minutes of this video. Stay at the very end. But how did they get to this wonderful spot? By taking roads and bridges out of the recon and putting it into the bipartisan. A conservative publication confirms my reporting. The higher the price tag was on the recon before, the harder it was to pass. There you go. But by allowing the Democrats to take out some of the spending from the recon, the roads and bridges, and put it into the bipartisan, the overall price tag of the recon got smaller. In other words, the recon was made possible by the bipartisan. Now, before they started the process, they agreed upon a price tag that they liked, $3.5 trillion. And that's why going into those negotiations, Representative Richie Torres, Democrat, New York, progressive, and Ilhan Omar, Democrat, progressive, Minnesota, had said, you need a big recon. He had said, we need a larger recon. She said, we need a recon that goes as big and bold as we want it. And once they agreed upon the recon price, but before they started the voting, the president said, protect my recon, because everything in there is checks for the American people. Progressive priorities, that are the White House's priorities, says Brian Schatz and also Jalopal. So what is a recon? What is a bipartisan? What is a recon procedural? And what is a recon substantive? And what was passed today and what is being worked on now with recon substantive? Let's go over the details starting right now. We have two paths we're doing. We're doing recon procedure. We're doing recon and we're doing bipartisan. The two paths involve two items. One, your money, which is reconciliation, recon, also called the budget bill, also called the Democratic spending plan or the progressive social reform plan. Price tag $3.5 trillion, all checks for you. Bipartisan, not your money, also called infrastructure. Price tag $1.5 trillion. We started the week with 3 things we got to do, and we ended the week with 2 items we got to do, because guess what? We got one of them done, and you know which it is. We started with recon and procedural to do, and we got it done in a blink of an eye. So all that's left now is recon substantive and bipartisan. What is the difference? Let's go over the details starting right now. Recon procedural basically says, are we doing it? Yeah, we are. We're doing a $3.5 trillion, and the committees are going to give them $10, $20. Recon substance says, okay, what are the terms and conditions of what we're doing? How are the committees spending the money that is dedicated to them? More about that in the final 15 minutes of this video. Incredible, great news. But how do we get to this great spot? From Jalopal, who recently wrote Schumer a letter saying, chuck all the vote on the recon. The letter was signed by 12 House Democrats, part of 100-plus House Democrats who recently said, we're going to be putting 4 stimulus checks in the 4 stimulus recon. Boy, can we top that? Yes, we can. As 7 members of the House Ways and Means Subcommittee recently wrote the president a letter saying, we're going to be putting monthly 4 stimulus checks in the 4 stimulus recon. Well, Purple Power, you got to push because they got to keep their promise. We've seen a lot of pushes across the board. We have Warren, Sanders, and Wyden on the Senate side monthly. We have AOC and Omar, $2,000 on the House side. We have the forced stimulus recon House Ways and Means member, which we just went over monthly. And of course, we have the American petition. You got to push purple power across the board. And can we top that? Yes, Biden did it. 8 weeks ago today, he had a ceremonial signature, and the real thing happened days later. It's for the global minimum corporate tax rate. Now it's out of the recon, making the recon easier to write, easier to call for a vote, and easier to pass your recon subsive. And wow, incredible great news. As we go into the final 15 minutes of this video, we'll go over that recon. $3.5 trillion of checks guaranteed to you. Mostly application-based. I'll go over what application-based means and why, if you're a Purple Hawk, you're going to do really well. If you're a donut guy, you may be left with just a donut. We'll go over the push to put stimulus checks in there on top of that. We'll go over fifth stimulus, what Bernie said, and what the president said as well. But first, if you haven't gotten one item from this channel over the last year, you need to. Pick up the phone and get some rent, utilities, food, internet, City Hall, City House Authority, County Hall, County House Authority, State Hall, State House Authority. Once you've gotten one item, you're going to kill it under forced stimulus. And then if you can't get the other items, don't worry, reach out to the volunteers. Here's a little bit about them. I'll be back with you in 60 seconds as we go into the big exciting details of the final 15 on this morning's LALATE. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on this big, bold morning's LALATE. I'm so excited for you as the forced stimulus recon passed. The procedural recon is passed, which means that $3.5 trillion of checks come to the American people. But what are these checks? In the final 15 minutes of this video, I'll go over all the details for you and why Purple Hawks are going to clean up. Then we cut to what Bernie said, what the president said, and what's set up for fifth stimulus as well. And then finally, we go over what's happening in this new week across the board. So many details and so much happening. And of course, the excitement of the LALATE alerts. And with that, thank you for joining me and subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. The link to become a member is underneath this video. Meantime, if you haven't signed up for the LALATE alerts, do so. That's also in the description. It's totally free, and those LALATE alerts send you alerts when anything goes live, including a new video or a breaking news alert. It's at news.lalate.com. Hit that confirmation email. It may be in your spam folder or the promotions folder for Gmail. Click the blue button and away you go. Meantime, the President of the United States promised to fix your SSI, and now the Democrats are taking care of it in what is called fifth stimulus, and it starts in just days from now. Step one is they're going to start legislating it and then get it to a vote by about November. What are they going to do? First, they're going to raise your benefits up. Then they're going to remove the asset limits, add an inflationary benchmark, remove the income exclusion, remove the marriage penalty. Who is this for? This is for you if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad Benefits, Veterans Benefits, or SSA. Step one is they're going to raise your benefits up a lifetime. Then they're going to apply a new benchmark. The new benchmark is inflation. It's going to be transitory, which means a temporary spike in December before it comes down. All this week, I had told you that the federal chair, Jay Powell, was likely to announce a tapering during the Jackson Hole Conference Symposium, virtual, by the end of the week. And he did. What does a tapering mean? It means that the Federal Reserve will stop progressively buying federal instruments to support the economy. Does not mean he's increasing interest rates, just stopping buying instruments to support the economy. Because he says inflation is going really high. So let's go over the analysis. First, your benefits are going to step up. Then they're going to apply the new benchmark inflation. At the benchmark, let's say 5%, then that means your benefits will go up another 5%. Not just next year, lifetime. Because once your benefits go up, they never go down. They're going to remove the asset cap dating back to a 1980s law that says you can't have more than $3,000 on hand. It's going to go away. Then they're going to remove the income cap dating back to a 1960s law that says you can't go work and stay on benefits. It's going to go away. And finally, the marriage penalty is going to end. Love is going to win, and you'll be able to marry your longtime love interest and no longer fear loss of benefits. Will there be a fifth stimulus check? The House Ways and Means Committee represents their will. And finally, if you're in the live chat and you do not have a Purple Hawk next to your name, what are you doing? You need to become a Purple Hawk, a Calcino VIP, or a Purple Power. The link to become a member is underneath the video. Members are delivered daily from me a breakdown of all the big money available for them under first, second, and third stimulus. That's why Purple Hawks went into this week, some of them with nothing, and are ending this week with $40,000, $30,000, $80,000, $55,000, $105,000. Because I delivered to them the breakdown of all the big money under first, second, third stimulus. When a third stimulus was passed in January this year, I said, sure, $1,400 stimulus check. I got it. Yeah, sure, it's going to land. But don't be focused on that. Focus on the other sums of money that are available under fourth stimulus. I said $14,000, I can, third stimulus, I said I can get you $14,000. Viewers are now getting a lot more than $14,000. $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. $100,000. Consider becoming a Purple Hawk today and get the big sums of money available for you right now. And there we go. And with that, we go into the final 15 minutes of this video, starting right now. Deal done, signed, sealed, and away we go. Your fourth stimulus recon passed on Tuesday. The fourth stimulus recon procedural passed on Tuesday. Let me explain the significance of this for you. Number one, the recon is a done deal, meaning there is a recon happening, and it's going to be $3.5 trillion, and it's going to be paying money to you, the American people, at $3.5 trillion, but generally application-based. More about that in a second. First, second, and third stimulus recon this big. This one this big. Fourth stimulus recon, all checks for the American people, generally. The first three, nearly all checks for corporations. There's a big payday, $3.5 trillion of checks for you. Now, what are some of the checks? While we don't have the bill yet, here are some of the proposals, and let me show you what application-based means, and also what the president said about this as well. Free school meals for all checks, cheaper prescription medication checks, free internet checks, farming checks, lots of checks for workers, lots of checks for seniors, checks for workers like independent contractors, checks for seniors like lowering the eligibility age for Medicare, checks for dental, checks for vision, and checks for hearing care. What did the president say? The president had a meeting with his Democrat caucus saying, I like the third one. I want you to really talk a lot about that to the American people. That third one is cheaper prescription medication. Why did he say that? Because he says instantly people will see money in their wallet from that one. How would this work? You go to the pharmacy, and let's say on Monday, pay $50 for a prescription. This will become a law, let's say on a Tuesday. And then you go back for a refill in a week, suddenly you pay $5. Suddenly you're saving $45 extra would be in your wallet. How would this happen? Because it would be an instant overnight change of the preferred rate between the federal government and the pharmaceutical companies on these rates. Now let's go to what application-based stimulus means. It does not mean that you fill out a 50-page application. It just means that you do what you did on the first, second, and third. Along the way, over the last year, there's been a lot of incredible first, second, and third stimulus packages. And for that money, you had to pick up the phone and call. They didn't know you were entitled to the money unless you picked up the phone and called. And what were some of the items? They were like PBT, you picked up the phone and called, or PPP, or PUA, or EIDL. You picked up the phone and called and said, "Hi, I want this." And that's the same case with forced stimulus recon. For example, I just went over some of the items there. Dental, vision, internet. IRS, Department of Treasury, does not have money for your dental, does not have money for your vision, money for your internet. They don't have that. What we saw under the recon procedural is that they're giving money to these different committees, and those different committees are given that money to spend on you. And so there'll be a committee that has money for internet, a committee that has money for dental, and so you'll reach out to those committees to get the money. And that's why Purple Hawks are going to kill it, because there'll be a lot of different items that you qualify for, and you'll just pick up the phone and call. This is not where Department of Treasury or IRS sends you automatic checks for internet, vision, dental, because they don't know you need dental. They don't know you need internet. They don't know you need vision. They need to know that, and the way they know it is you picking up the phone. And that's why Purple Hawks are going to kill it. While there's a push underway to put stimulus checks in there on top of this, the $3.5 trillion of checks are confirmed. Over the last year, one keyword that almost everyone banned on YouTube was the keywords everyone banned on YouTube was the following. Just tell it to me when it lands in my bank account. In the case of these items, I just went over them. None of them are automatically going to land in the bank account because no one knows you're entitled to internet or dental or vision or prescription medication. No one knows that unless you tell them. So it's not like you have to fill out a 50-page application, but you sort of have to pick up the phone and call. And under forced stimulus recon, the Purple Hawks are going to kill it. Because if you've gotten one item over this channel over the last year, we picked up on the phone and got some SNAP or got PBT or got rent or utilities. If you picked up the phone and got $100 for utilities, you're going to kill it under forced stimulus recon when this all goes live. And I'm going to show you what the items are at the time. Now, what did the Bernie Sanders say about this? Bernie Sanders this week said he wants your input. This is very big because recon substantive is still being drafted. Bernie Sanders, who is the chairman of the budget committee, says he wants your input. So purple power, push, push, push. He says, I understand that prior budget chairmen historically have done their work within D.C., but I really think the function of a budget chairman is to get out among the people. He wants to hear from you. What are we proposing? That is that this budget is going to be extremely popular. Chuck Schumer says they're working on the language day in, day out. He says, I work with Bernie so closely, I think we probably talk 4 to 5 times a day. And even Mitch McConnell praised Bernie, saying he may not have gotten the Democratic presidential nomination, but he certainly won the Democratic Party. Let's go to that recon substantive. So what's important to understand is, yes, $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to you and the American people. But what's important to understand is that with those $3.5 trillion of checks, the question is, how are they spending the money? You have to ensure that they spend the money the right way. And that is why they are currently writing recon substantive. They didn't just start this today. They didn't just start the writing this week. They've been writing this for weeks, and they're still writing over the weekend. So you have to push Purple Power, be on social media, and tell them, spend the money the right way. They, in fact, talked about this on the House floor on Monday. Seats for Stimulus was a social media campaign which I launched in 2020, which basically says, spend the money the right way, we take your Senate, we take your congressional seat. You don't want to spend the money the right way, we'll take your seat. And guess what? They talked about this on Monday on the House floor. They said we have to do this the right way or we could lose House seats. 6 House seats are up for grabs in November. Could change the balance of power among Republicans and Democrats. You need to tell them, spend the money the right way because it's seats for stimulus. There you go. Now let's go back over the whole nuance of what's going on with application-based versus donetta or donut guy or donut girl. Here's what you need to know is that when you look at the fourth stimulus recon, a lot of items, a lot of money, a lot of different topics, everything from the eyes to the internet, Federal government doesn't know you need the money for your eyes unless you tell them. They don't know you need the money for the internet unless you tell them. And that is why I call that application-based. Doesn't mean you fill out 50 pages. Means you do something more than hold a donut. And if Donut Guy only contribution society is say, tell me when that internet check lands in my bank account, guess what, Donut Guy? The internet check will never land because the federal government never saw you come and ask for it. That is what application-based is. And that's why fourth stimulus versus third stimulus is so important. Fourth stimulus checks there will be no money landing in your hand from fourth stimulus this coming week. But third stimulus, Purple Hawks have already seen that there's third stimulus available now and landing in people's hands this very day, all this coming week, all last week. We started the week with people getting nothing, and by the middle of the week getting $40,000 from third stimulus. By the middle of the week, for example, Johnny had gotten about $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, but he didn't stop there. He didn't stop at 2 items. He kept on pushing, and he got to $80,000 by the weekend. This is third stimulus. This is real money. Not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now, and not 5 years from now. It's money available right now. And that is money the federal government has dedicated for you. And we see that the numbers are going bigger, bolder than ever before. I saw during the commercial break some of the comments in the live chat. Great comments where people say, I want to get this, I want to get this, I want to get this. Yes, that's true Purple Power spirit. But in the same regard, I also saw people say, can someone have the community volunteers do this money for me? Can I have the volunteers do the money for you? I say the message very clear. Is I want you to get one item yourself. Everyone has a telephone. Everyone has a telephone. You've called when there's a power outage. You've called when there's a water leak to the Department of Water or the Department of Gas, or you smell heating oil leaking. You've always been able to pick up the phone. You can pick up the phone and get at least one item. Why? It's not so much you versus the volunteers. It's that I want you to have that skill set. Once you've gotten one item from this channel, you're going to kill it under fourth stimulus because you'll need to pick up the phone and get particular items, the big massive payouts, the $3.5 trillion under that fourth stimulus recon. Remember, there's a lot of money in there. Don't let anyone rain on your parade. Let the money rain on you. Finally, if you haven't signed up for the LALATE alerts, please do. Totally free across the board. It'll send you an alert when anything happens at the moment. Those LALATE alerts are at news.lalate.com/alerts. Here is what the landing page looks like. It's at lalate.com. You put your name and email address in there, then watch for the confirmation email. It has a blue button. Click it. The confirmation email may be in the spam folder, or it may be in the promotions folder of Gmail. Click that blue button, and then you're confirmed, and then you get confirmation emails when anything happens across the board. The eviction moratorium this week declared unlawful. And what were the broadcast media immediately saying thereafter? Well, you can go get some rent and internet. Do they show you where? No. This is where you find it. This is where you get it. This is where you get all the big sums of money. And with that, I look forward to seeing you next on Mornings Crypto, going live on air at 9:45. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. I'll see you at 11 a.m. as noontime LALATE heats up as well. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay with LALATE for more.